It's weird saying this, so used to saying Mundo Sporto and whatnot, but welcome. We're going to have a little look at Arsenal Leeds United today in the League Cup. Obviously potential opponents for us maybe if we get through with tomorrow night against Preston. So yeah, again, why not? It's a bit of football midweek, sure. What else would you be doing, ladies and gentlemen? What else would you be doing? Let's have a look at the starting 11s, by the way, while we wait for people to come in and we see how busy the chat gets. Let's say 52 in, I like it. Not too bad, half an hour before kick-off or so. Right, let's have a look at the starting 11s, as I said, ladies and gentlemen. I really appreciate you guys coming over and joining me for this one. I think it'll be a decent game, I really do. So, Arsenal have gone for Leno in goal, then it's Suarez, Houlden, Ben White and Kolasinac as back five. Mohamed El Neni, Ainsley Maitland-Niles, Pepe, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, and Eddie Nketiah starts off a fairly strong team, actually, to be fair, from Mikel Arteta. Not Arsenal's full strength starting lineup, but again, I always enjoy watching Nketiah as a footballer. I like Martinelli as well. Smith Rowe, very good young talent. Pepe, still with a bit to prove, I think it's fair to say. And obviously Rob Holding, Ben White there at centre back. It's fairly strong. Let Marcelo Bielsa's Leeds United. Mezzier in goal, then it's Drama, Llorente, Struijk and Dallas to make up the back four. Calvin Phillips and Forshaw in the holding midfield role. Then it's Jack Harrison, Tyler Roberts and Dan James with Rodrigo ahead of them up top. We'll have a little look at the bench as well, shall we? We might as well. We'll have a little look at the bench as well, see how strong both managers have. On the bench for Arsenal, Saka, Lacazette, Tavares, Chambers, Lokonga, Ramsdale and Balogun. On the bench for Leeds, Cooper, Klaassen, Gelhardt, Cresswell, Somerville, McKinstry, Click, Haide and Greenwood. Sam Greenwood, that is. Don't be thinking it's Mason. Polkane said, why might the AFCON be cancelled? I wouldn't say it will be cancelled, mate, but there's been a few press releases around today about the tournament. I think there's still some lingering doubts around certain aspects of the tournament, but it looks like it will go ahead, my man. And hopefully, I hope common sense prevails and Premier League clubs don't lose the players any longer than they need to. Alvaro, how are you, my friend? Said, Craig, I'm a Rayo Vallecano fan from Vallecas. My friend, who's a Liverpool fan, told me about your channel, and even though I'm not a Liverpool fan, I really enjoy it. Dude, I'm hoping in February, March time, myself and Connor and a film crew will potentially be over and hope to attend a Rayo Vallecano game because the club's story really fascinates me, and I have a docu-series idea that I've been planning for a couple of years, and I'm hoping that Rayo Vallecano could be the first part of this docu-series. So fingers crossed, I hope to be over there in Vallecas checking out. I've watched a couple of documentaries and stuff, and what a fascinating story it is to be from a neighbourhood like that, just a neighbourhood in Madrid, and be tackling the big boys in La Liga. So yeah, I hope to get over, Alvaro, and really, really excited about the prospect of it. So fingers crossed. Am I doing a football tour? I don't know what you mean by that. Well, yeah, I suppose, I kind of do know what you mean, Stefan. I don't want to give too much away because the project hasn't gotten off the ground yet and there's a lot of logistics involved in it. But yeah, to some extent, mate, I'm going to visit certain clubs that I think have a fascinating story or a special group of supporters that do things in a different way, and just try and shed some light and a bit of a spotlight, if I can, on the really passionate fan side of football and how we all follow teams in a different way but all with a similar passion. That's pretty much what I'm hoping to do with it anyway. Craig, have you seen the Sky Germany Sancho thing? The 007 thing? Aaron, yes, I have, mate. Is it really true? Because I've seen the post on social media, but 0 assists, 0 goals, 7 games. I mean, God almighty, if they really put that on Sky, it's not a great look, is it? Off topic, but do I support GAA? No. I'm a bit of a glory hunter, Callum. I won't lie. Whenever Dublin get to the latter part of an All-Ireland, I'm whipping out the jersey out of the wardrobe, but I watch it. But yeah, will I go on Togden's for their pre-game week predictions? I've done that last season, mate. I was on Togden's channel. I don't remember which week it was last season, but I did the preview on there and predictions last season. Haven't really spoke too much to him since, to be fair. You should cover Newell's Old Boys. Well, I don't want to give away too much again, Loomsby, but my plan is to finish up the docu-series, if everything went well, with a visit over to the Super Classico between Boca and River Plate. That would be my dream way to end the docu-series, mate. That's the dream end. Anthony Jacobs, how are you, my man? Said Lord Houlden. I love it, mate. Well played. The United players... you've gone. It's been deleted. I was halfway through reading. Now I'm going to put it back up and read it out anyway. The United players have turned against Ollie. Could that explain the poor performances? If they don't believe in what he's doing, they don't believe in the plan, I can understand it. But look, for another extent, I'm a little bit sick of player power at certain clubs either way. But I don't think the players should really have a say in who the manager is. I think those above them should make that decision. I don't like the idea of players being involved in that type of decision making, because it just gives them more power. And look, the players are already powerful enough in the game. I think leave the managerial stuff to the board. The Goal, how are you, my friend? Said, I hope we win a trophy this season so Salah can win the Ballon d'Or. Yeah, so do I. And look, it will probably be his crowning moment, wouldn't it, in football, if he was to ever lift the Ballon d'Or. Done great stuff at Liverpool, obviously. But it'll take a lot, mate. It will take a big season. Craig, have you seen my meme video on you on my channel? Is that the one, the McDonald's one? If it is, I've seen that one, yes. Connor sent it on to me. Look, I love all these type of stuff. I love when people get creative with memes or videos and GIFs and they use us in it. I think it's great fun. What was the score in the Liverpool United match at the weekend, you say, Loomsby? Well, I think it was a big dirty bagel hole for United and one of them for us, dude. Yeah, 5-0. Da-da-da-da-da. Where do I think United will finish in the league? If they let it go on too much longer, being realistic about it, if they let this shit with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer drag out too much longer, I can see them finishing in a Europa League place. They still have the potential to finish in the Champions League place right now, but if they go and even get a draw with Spurs in London at the weekend, then they've got Atalanta in the Champions League, so they've got to fight to make sure they get through in that group. Then on top of that, they've got Manchester City coming to Old Trafford for the next league game. So very easily you could see a situation where Liverpool, Chelsea and Manchester City have pulled again. Maybe Liverpool are now 7 points clear of United, so 10 to 12 points away, and that's a big gap to make up. Now look, I know that they only need to catch fourth place, but they don't want to leave themselves work to do in the second half of the season. They want to make sure that they're within striking distance. Now for me, obviously I hope Ole Gunnar Solskjaer stays there as long as possible. Would I be worried if Conte came in? No, not too worried. I spoke about this with James and with Chris last night, actually. I'd be a lot more worried if Diego Simeone or somebody came through the door, because with Antonio Conte, it's a stick and plaster. It'll be a 2-year job max, maybe 3 at a push. But Conte doesn't usually stay around that long. So if I'm United, at some point they're going to have to stop with all the stick and plasters. And they tried to do it with Solskjaer, but thankfully it hasn't worked. I would look to somebody that maybe would be like a Simeone, somebody that will stay there for 5, 6, 7 years. So yeah, I hope he stays there as long as possible. The Devil's Den said, Craig, how are you, mate? Nice to see you in, by the way. I hope you're well. Said, Craig, Bailly confronted Ollie about him picking an injured Harry Maguire against Leicester. It's disgusting by Ollie. It is unfair, mate. I get you. If I'm him and I'm thinking Maguire isn't fit enough yet, hasn't been in great form, I get it. I can understand why he's pissed off, mate. But it does kind of speak to how short squad depth can be even at the top clubs. I mean, Lindelof and Maguire as a starting centre-back pair against Liverpool, I was licking my lips at that, to be honest with you, whereas I'd have a lot more belief that United could defend with any type of consistency if they had Rafa Varane in there. But I don't know what to say to you, mate. It's I just don't get what's going on at United at the minute, because, and look, I can speak about this. We're on a neutral stream now. This isn't a Liverpool channel, so I can speak about whatever. I don't understand what the end game is here, because we all know the countdown has started. So whether Ollie gets the sack after the Spurs game, the Atalanta game, the game against Manchester City, the Chelsea game, whatever it is. So there's a train of thought that maybe and somebody pointed this out to me in the Anfield Agenda stream earlier on, maybe they're waiting for this difficult run of fixtures to be out of the way, so any new manager coming in will have a more palatable run of fixtures. But that's, again, short-term thinking. Because if United allow that gap to open up between them and the top of the table, they're going to be fighting for a Champions League place. Whereas if they have acted now and removed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, even bringing in a caretaker manager for the difficult run of fixtures, I just think it's the more sensible thing to do. Because let's be frank about it. With all the goodwill and all the love that he has from the United fan base, and he carries himself very well. I'll give Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that. He carries himself very well as a person. But I just don't think it's not going to work, is it? It's just not going to work. But look, that's easy me sitting here saying that from my ivory tower at the minute as a Liverpool fan, but I think even the most hardcore United fans will admit that with all the goodwill in the world, it's not showing signs of working. Prime Henry or Prime Van Persie? Thierry Henry, even though he is a cheating handballing bastard, to be fair. Are we short of midfielders? No, thankfully, Rochlad, the injury crisis at midfield, if you want to call it that, is starting to ease up a little bit. So, Naby Keita, as an example, just has bruising, so he should be maybe available for the weekend. If not, certainly after that. Thiago's coming back as well. Obviously, James Milner, I'm not 100% certain of how long he'll be out for. And then we've obviously got long-term absentees like Harvey Elliott, who will be the other side of Christmas. But I think we're getting back bit by bit. Just got tickets for Liverpool versus Atleti, said McCorley. Nice one, dude. Enjoy. That'd be a cracking game. Do I rate Zidane? Of course, as both a player and a manager. You know, you don't accidentally win, was it 3 Champions Leagues he's won there with Madrid? You don't accidentally win them without having something about you. Even if it is just being able to manage the group of superstars that he had. You know, that takes a talent in itself. So, yeah, I do. Do I rate Arteta? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm trying to be fair to Mikel Arteta because I can see some signs of progress. I would be lying to you to say if I look at Mikel Arteta and Arsenal and the way the young players are playing and not see that they're playing for the manager. I think they are playing for the manager. If it works long term or not, I suppose it depends on what the want is. If you're looking to get back into the Champions League, I don't think they'll do it anytime soon. But if your hope is to bring through the younger players and you've got a year or two maybe where you're willing to be in and around the Europa League as you look to push on, then yeah, there's an improvement there and maybe it's worth giving them a little bit more time. Liam said, do I really understand why the United fans are so angry at the Glazers not sacking Ollie? As any football club was sacking him straight away. From a fan's perspective, no, I don't understand why they haven't sacked him. From a business perspective, I can understand it. It's still the wrong decision, but I can understand why they are holding off on it. But for me, Liam, every day that goes by, the Solskjaer are still in the job. Every game that goes by, it's better for me as a Liverpool fan because, you know, that gap is starting to stretch out now. You know, we were neck and neck there just a few weeks ago, and now, after beating United at Old Trafford, we're 7 points clear, and United have a really difficult run of fixtures. Chelsea are 8 points clear. City are 6 points clear with a trip to Old Trafford to come as well. So, I think these poor decisions by the United hierarchy will eventually cost them a Champions League spot this season, the longer they let it go on. Any bets tonight? No, I don't really bet too much anymore, Dane. I'm trying to save a few bob, mate, these days. So yeah, I'm trying to be a bit more frugal. Did I get tickets to the Ireland versus Portugal game? I didn't look for any, Sam, to be honest. Not a huge international football fan. I'll watch the game, but I think, no, I have no intentions of going to it. I think Connor might be trying to go maybe, but for me, not really much interest in it. I'll watch from afar. I hope Stephen Kenny does well, but I've never been a massive international footy fan. Maybe Italian 90 aside. What else have we got in the chat? Adam, how are you, my man? Said, this is going to sound stupid, Craig, but I've always kind of Messi to be kind of boring. Oh, you've always thought of Messi to be kind of boring to watch. I'd rather watch Zidane. Just your opinion. Look, your opinion is your opinion, Adam. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, mate, and nobody has the right to tell you what you should or shouldn't enjoy. I mean, Zinedine Zidane was an amazing footballer. Me, for Leo Messi, I've seen that lad do things with a football that have left me flabbergasted. But look, I mean, we're splitting hairs here. You know, they're fantastic players, and they're the type of players that make us fall in love with the game. Who would I put in our front three tomorrow with Gordon injured? Probably Origi, Minamino, potentially Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Keane said the Ireland tickets were a scam. Tried and they were 120 quid. It's a fucking joke, Keane. I put up in our Discord group the other day, I threw up a picture of a pair of Umbro Ireland shorts. Just the shorts, you know. 46 quid for a pair of fucking Ireland shorts. 46 quid. And as you said, 120 quid to go to the Aviva for a game of football. That's not going to get families to go and bring their kids and stuff like that, is it? It's a joke. I get you. I'm with you. I agree. It's always been that way. The pricing's always been ridiculous. Since the Aviva came about, when I was growing up, when I was 10, 11, 12, you know, I remember the football club that I was a part of and many other Dublin District Schoolboys leagues getting handfuls of tickets to go and watch Ireland games. I mean, I think remember like 3 or 5 quid a ticket for us as schoolboys to go to the games, and there was, you know, no shortage of getting them. And that's where you got the next generation of Irish football fans coming in. You know, young kids between the ages of 8 and 14 or whatever going in and falling in love with the national team and seeing them winning. And what does that do? That then, you know, gets kids out into a pitch playing, grows the game, and it just stopped. It just stopped. But look, we know how big of a shambles the FAI is. Luke said, I work with the FAI and had to pay for tickets for the Ireland-Portugal game. I don't even know where to go with that, Luke. Do you know what I mean? It's... I mean, I love a freebie myself, Limo. I do. I love a freebie. Or sorry, Luke. Excuse me, Luke. I love a freebie myself, mate. And yeah, you'd think that might be one of the perks, wouldn't you? Again, apologies for saying Liam. I know it was Luke. My apologies. Vishnu, how are you? First super chat of the night. Thank you, dude. Said, hello, Craig. Why are you not on Mark Goldbridge's That's Football anymore? Oh, is there going to come a stream where I don't have to talk about it? So I'm sure you're aware of the incident that happened with the chat on the stream. So that, I just walked away from the stream, and that's why, really. It was just a small section of the chat, and I wasn't able to moderate it because I didn't have the ability to do it, and there was no moderators in the chat at that moment, so I wasn't in a great place mentally, and I probably took a few things to heart that I maybe shouldn't have. And just decided that it was best to not do it. But there's no issues with myself or Mr. Goldbridge or any of the team. It was just one of them things. There's no big bad story around it, really. It's all good. What have we got? Should Salah win the Ballon d'Or? Not this year, no. Not this Ballon d'Or coming up. I think Salah will be really in contention for next season's Ballon d'Or if Liverpool do something really good this season, win a Premier League, win a Champions League, something like that. For me, this season's Ballon d'Or will either be Robert Lewandowski, N'Golo Kante, Jorginho, but I don't agree with it. I know he did win the Euros with Italy, but I still think Robert Lewandowski's owed a Ballon d'Or. For me, he's owed a Ballon d'Or. Morris H gives you a good chance to grow Craig Station. Look, this is just a bit of fun, Craig Station. You know, I don't really have any huge long-term ambitions for it. You know, I'm really, really happy and really proud with how Anfield Agenda is moving along. I think the group of people we have involved there at the minute, I couldn't ask for a better group. I'm very lucky to have James, to have Chris, to have Paddy, to have obviously to have Steve involved, to have Kyle from Nothing But Reds involved, and to have Jack coming back as well for tomorrow. It's class. I'm really, really proud of what we're doing. I'm proud of all the guys because they're all brilliant. Really, really great group of lads to be chatting about football with. I'd like to add a couple of female voices, if I'm being honest with you, into the mix. on Anfield agenda, because it's great to get perspectives. And some of the ladies that I know that watch Liverpool know as much about the game, if not more, than the rest of us. So I think it's good to have a good, diverse group of people involved. Right, we are 4 minutes away from kickoff, so let me just run through the starting 11s again for those who are joining us a little bit late. Arsenal have gone for Leno in goal, then it's Suarez, Houlden, White and Kolasinac as a back four, El Neni and Maitland-Niles in the two holding midfield roles, then it's Nicolas Pepe, Emile Smith-Rowe, Gabriel Martinelli and Eddie Nketiah up top. For Leeds, they've gone for Meslier in goal, Drama, Llorente, Strike and Dallas as the back four, Phillips and Forshaw in their holding midfield roles, then Harrison, Roberts, Dan James and Rodrigo up top. They are the starting 11s for both teams. They are now out on the pitch at the Emirates, and I think we're going to be in for a decent game of football, folks. I'm good today, Yasir. I'm good. I'm waiting on the gaming thing, dude, to see if we can get our hands on a PS5 first. You know, we're on a list and hoping that gets sorted. But Craig's McDonald's advert incoming on TV confirmed. Oh God, I'd love some of that corporate money, dude. I really would. Get the missus on. She's a Forest fan, mate. Nobody wants to hear about Forest. You know what I mean? Cash was her name, David. Yes, Cash Boyle. Cashlin Boyle. Very busy lady. You know, she's working as a full-time journalist now, which I'm so proud of her, because that was a big change in career. She was very close to becoming a barrister and then switched it up and went and studied the other direction and is now working as a full-time journalist. So yeah, very proud of Cash and what she's doing down there in that London. What happened to Mundo Sport though? Just switched the name. Big Beast Alexander, same channel, mate. This is it. We just switched the name on it. Again though, I'm humming and hawing about it. I might throw a little vote in actually. I don't know if Connor's in the background, but maybe I can do it here. I think I might throw a poll up during this watch along to see what people think of the name. If Connor's in the chat, maybe he could throw it up for me. To see if people think we should go with Craig Station or switch it back to Mundo Sporto, because I've been humming and hawing about this for the last couple of weeks with Connor, and I still can't decide which is the best name. Right, let me get the clocks ready to go. And yes, R.I.P. Walter Smith. Yeah, very sad to hear of his passing today, mate. Obviously, I don't buy into the Rangers-Celtic argument. I never have. But, you know, he's a great footballer, man, and he's passed away. What age are your children? My daughter's 17 and my son's 9. What does Mundo mean? World, I think. I mean, we never really thought about Mundo Sport from a point of view of the name meaning that, and to be honest, I just thought it sounded fun. Right, we're about to get underway at the Emirates. I think Craig Station wins by the looks of the chat. Don't even need to vote. Seems like you guys are happy with that name. I do like the name Craig Station. I just find it a little bit egotistical, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't like bigging myself up at all. Right, we're about to get underway anyway. Arsenal playing from right to left, and we are underway, ladies and gentlemen. Right, let's hope we're in for a good game. That London, you sound real scouse. I always say that as a bit of a joke, Robert, yeah, and I'll tell you for why is my little ode to Gavin and Stacey as well. Who would I prefer to win? I won't lie, I like Leeds. I would prefer Leeds to win, I won't lie to you. I have a lot of time for the Leeds fans. They're I had a great time with them at the Josh Warrington fight earlier on. Well, it was last month now, actually. Craig Station's much better, said Callum. Nice one. Do I want any more kids? Well, it's not possible, David. I've had the schnip, dude. So there will be no more. Look, I'm an only child, and I never wanted my daughter to be an only child. So when Lucas came along, we were delighted. Who do I think wins these fights? Wilder versus Joshua, and Fury versus Usyk. Fury. Craig Station sounds better, but always have a bit of nostalgia for Mundo Sport, though. Yeah, it's that. I think nostalgia is what's getting me on it as well, Push, because Arsenal with a cross in from Maitland-Niles, it's blocked, goes behind it, it'll be a corner to Arsenal right hand side. If I was a Man United fan, would I take Zidane or Conte? I'd rather Zidane, hand on heart, if I was a United fan, because I think Conte would be another short term. It'll be, he'll get a job done, Conte, but I think if you're looking for somebody to be there 4 or 5 years, I think maybe Zidane would be a better choice. It's on Sky Sports main event, mate, for those asking, in the UK anyway. Corner's in. Ball breaks in the penalty area and it's hooked away. Arsenal have it back. They work it out left hand side. Again, another ball into the box. It's a good ball. That's not great control though. I think it was Martinelli who probably should have done better. But Arsenal have won it back with Kolasinac. Maitland-Niles back to Kolasinac. Rob Houlden now on the left hand side. Again, he tries a ball into the left channel, but Kolasinac should drop back and it goes out for a Leeds throw. Who would be the most worried about United getting? Simeone, probably Nicky, because I know he will be able to go in there and galvanise that dressing room and the fan base and take all the crap on board and fight for what he thinks is best. So, yeah, I mean, I hadn't even thought about the idea of Cholo Simeone becoming United's manager at any point, but when James Redmond said it to me last night in the stream we were doing together, I have to say it worried me a lot more than the idea of maybe Conte would. Although Conte would do a good job, I just don't think it would last. I think it would be another short-term situation because I think the United fans would get a bit pissed off with the style of football. I'd seen Brendan Rodgers' name actually thrown around a little bit as well for the United job. I could understand it. And it would be a style of football that United fans would like. But I just don't know how palatable that name would be to many Manchester United fans. Obviously, him having had the reins at Liverpool. Leeds look to attack, strike, it's blocked. Back with Dallas now. Pogba wants Ollie out. To be fair, the Pogba situation's one I've been quite vocal on for, as an opposition fan, for a couple of years. I don't understand why the club pander to him, because what has he realistically done at United to deserve all the pandering that United do to him, except bitch and moan and put out shit through his agent that destabilises the team? If I'm United, I'm looking to cut ties with him and just be done. Zidane or Ten Hag would be their best outcome. Yeah, Ten Hag's a very good manager. They should get Sean Dyche in. Like it. Look, I haven't said this yet, but if you are enjoying the stream, ladies and gents, do hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video. It's great to have you guys in. I like these quiet ones. Gives us a chance to get to know each other a bit more. Orange Slav, how are you, dude? Said as a United fan, he agrees. Have a good one, Callum. Lovely to see you in, dude. Take care. Kolasinac now. Throw in left-hand side. Back to Maitland-Niles. This has the potential to be a proper good game of football, this. I'm hoping for a few goals. Good work. Little twist from Maitland-Niles again, and it's hooked away. Right, what have we got? Craig, would I take Musialowski up front tomorrow? I don't know about from the start. It'd be a big call. And look, with Cade Gordon not being available, perhaps, you know, I think we might see Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Minamino and Origi, but we'll wait and see. Craig, I love everything you do, mate. You're so interactive and we can all relate to you. Thank you, dude. I should be relatable, mate. I'm just a normal fella. You know what I mean? No matter what happens, Sam, if I'm lucky enough that this industry gives me a few breaks along the way, I'll still be the same lad, mate. I'll always be the same lad because I'm just a working class football fan that can't believe I actually get to do this. So yeah, thank you, mate. Really appreciate that. Thoughts on Swansea? It's my local team. They've developed lots of young players. Dan James, Conor Gallagher. Look, I really enjoyed Rodgers' time at Swansea, and obviously, Swansea were a Premier League club for the longest time, and I always liked the brand of football that they played. So yeah, I've always thought of fondly, of Swansea. And thank you as well, dude. You're really kind. I hope people understand, by the way, that the Lord Craig thing is not me thinking I'm fucking, the greatest thing since sliced bread. It is a piss take. I hope people understand that. I hope people don't think I'm this arrogant bastard going around thinking he's Lord anything. Phillips now. Leeds work it out left hand side. Oh, good turn. Ball down the line. Is he offside? Flag stays down. No, it eventually goes up. It has been ruled out it was offside. But you are the best thing since sliced bread. I do love a bit of bread, Quince. That's probably half my problem, though. No, you're an actual lord. Well, I am. Factually, I am. But so could anybody be, to be fair. Am I shocked Solskjaer hasn't been sacked? I am, because all the indications I was getting last night, Tyler, from people a lot closer to Manchester United than me, were that he was going to get the boot. So yeah, but I'm also happy, because the longer he stays there, I think the further away from the Champions League places that United are going to be this season. Oh, straight ball over the top. What do we rate? What do we think of Meslier, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, as the Leeds keeper? What do we think of Meslier? Because I remember speaking with Joe, who's a Leeds fan, and speaking about Meslier, and he rates him really highly. For me, I've seen him make a lot of mistakes, but a lot of Leeds fans I speak to really think a lot of the guy. So maybe I've got it wrong, but it'd be interesting to see what your take is. Cube said very good keeper, not bad. Said Terrasan. Thanks for the great content. Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you for watching. What I'm reading is if he doesn't beat Spurs, he's gone. Yeah, well, look, to be fair, that's probably fair. You know what I mean? If there's one fixture Manchester United fans used to be able to look at and know it was a guaranteed 3 points, it was Spurs. I think there's a story that says Alex Ferguson's team talk used to be, it's Spurs, lads. You know what to do. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, that you should be beating Spurs if you're United. Because I think United have a mental hoodoo over Spurs. I think United have something psychologically over them. What have we got? Terrason said he's young, still got loads of potential. Ash said big fan, got a mistake in him, but the amount of saves he makes up for that. And I'm somebody, by the way, that I do love seeing a young keeper come through like that, and I love seeing a top club give a young goalkeeper like that a chance. So from that regard, I commend Marcelo Bielsa and Leeds on giving the young man another contract and backing him, because if they get it right, they have a goalkeeper there for 10 years minimum. You think Salah is overrated? Yeah, okay, mate. I don't know what to go. You're entitled to your opinion. But you have to say Salah's overrated, mate. There probably isn't a genuine football fan in the world that thinks he's overrated at this point. But, you do you, dude. You do you. Sam said, Craig, I was thinking of making my own channel. I'm a Liverpool fan. Do, Sam. I urge anybody that wants to try it, to do it, because I never thought I'd be sitting here with a YouTube channel, mate. Never. So yeah, do it, and if it brings you joy, mate, it's a slog, I'll tell you that for sure. People don't, I mean, maybe it's just me, I definitely naively didn't believe that this was going to require as much input as it does. Terrason said Meslier could become the France #1 if Hugo Lloris retires. He's another keeper's got a mistake in him, in fairness, in Lloris. That corner's been cleared, but it comes straight back out to Smith Rowe. He tries it, it's blocked. It takes a double deflection though. What have we got here? Sean Luke, how are you, mate? Said, I think Wickham could win the Premier League next year. Be interesting to see who comes up, actually, from the Championship. Again, another corner comes in. It's up in the air. Arsenal have been controlling the ball in the opening 10, 11 minutes, but not really had any clear-cut chances in the game yet. Do I think I want any more kids? No, I answered that one earlier on, mate. I've had the old snip, no more kids. Not possible. If the missus informs me that there's a child on the way, there will be serious questions asked me. Because I'm like a Jaffer, me. I'm seedless. Favourite car? I've always wanted... And look, Shane, my dream car is probably not too dreamy, do you know what I mean? I'm a bit boring, but I've always wanted someday, if things went my way in life and everything went well, to drive a Volvo XC90. I don't want Ferraris or Lambos, mate. That'll do me more than enough. A Volvo XC90. I'm so boring when it comes to cars. I like big, comfortable things. No interest in speed or, any of that type of stuff. Just give me a big, old, comfortable one. Dawood was timed out by the mod, Sean Luke, because he asked the same question 7 or 8 times and it had been answered twice. Do I have a TV license? We don't need one, Darren. We get a pass on it because of our son. So we don't need to have a TV license, mate, in our house in particular. But if I did need one, I would have one. I don't agree with TV licenses, but I wouldn't break the law. Do I make much on YouTube? I'm still not full-time on YouTube, Billy. Again, close to getting there. But no, for me, Connor's full-time. Some of the other guys get paid, but as of yet, not me. But we'll get there. We'll get there, dude. Connor, thank you very much for the kind words about Mo. Connor said, United fan here. Salah is the best player on the planet at the moment. I think, look, it's a big statement to make. I get it. And there are some amazing footballers. But at the minute, I don't disagree with you. I don't think there's anybody really in much better form. Favourite Irish team? Shelbourne would be... I need to get to more League of Ireland games. I've been saying this, now that COVID's over, I want to start getting out and about and getting to Bray Wanderers a bit, getting to watch Rovers a bit, Waterford a bit, Wexford Youths. Well, Wexford FC now, actually, the name change. Should Kelleher be Ireland's number 1? I think it's been very unfortunate that Gavin Banzunu has been so good since he's come in. Queeveen was injured, I think, the last time when Gavin Banzunu got his first cap, and he's been phenomenal. So, it's great from our perspective. We're very lucky as a country. We seem to consistently produce very good goalkeepers. We had Shay Given and Packy Bonner from Donegal, obviously, and now Gavin Banzunu, Queeveen Kelleher. Very fortunate. If we could get a striker or two, that'd be great. Leeds now in the Arsenal penalty area. Strike, it's blocked, it's put out. It'll be a Leeds corner this time on the right hand side. Any jobs going? Not yet, rugby, but sincerely, I know you're semi taking the piss, but we hope over the next year or two to be able to bring more people on board. Be nice if I could get on board, I'm probably the last one of the team. Who's my favourite Liverpool striker of all time? Robbie Fowler, Chris. Cave, how are you, dude? Nice to see you back in. Our Barcelona supporting friend. Always a pleasure, mate. Prediction for United versus Spurs. Look, it's a fixture where normally I'd look at it and go, doesn't matter if it's at Old Trafford, doesn't matter if it's in London, I would think United will get the win. But I think a draw. Are Volvos rare in Ireland? No. But every car in Ireland, Leo, is fucking overpriced, mate. We get robbed over here on cars, dude. Absolutely robbed. The price of cars in England are about 30-35% less than they are in Ireland. So no, they're not rare. They're just expensive. Queeveen is Kevin in Irish, yeah. You're spot on. Vase of flowers. Queeveen means Kevin in Irish, yeah. Spot on. Would I start Oxlade-Chamberlain tomorrow? Yes, I would, Glenn. I don't know whether in midfield or up on the right-hand side, maybe the attack, but I would. What's my opinion on Martinelli? I like him. I think there's a footballer in there. I do. Hasn't really been able to capitalise on the chances he's had at Arsenal, but I think I remember correctly in saying that Liverpool were looking at him at one point. I don't know if it was before he signed professional terms at Arsenal, but I certainly remember a vague link there. And Killian said, then all our roads are so lovely to drive on. Yeah, yeah, I get the humour in there, mate. Yeah, it's between feckin' road tax, the cost of diesel, and insurance, mate, and buying the cars. Yeah, it's expensive to drive a car in Ireland, which is why I drive. Even though I've upgraded our car in the last year, it's still 4 years old. Do I reckon Canada gets to start the weekend? It's a difficult one, isn't it? I mean, it's a great headache for Klopp to have. You know, do you go with Joel Matip? Do you go with Canada? I think it would be unfair on Joel Matip not to play him, because I think he's been our best defender this season. But it was a very impressive performance by Ibu at Old Trafford. Very good, Josh. How are you, my man? Nice to see you win. Craig, current Ronaldo or current Lukaku? Lukaku every day of the week, without a shadow of a doubt. Like Lukaku, I could see doing more for the team with regard outside of goal scoring. Lukaku every day of the week. But look, Ronaldo's been the better player. Don't get me wrong. But if I had to pick one of them right now, I'd take Lukaku. Adam said, do I think Joe Gomez will leave Liverpool now Canary has come in? There was something in the media today, Adam, that suggested that, or maybe it was in last night's papers, but there was something that suggested that maybe Joe Gomez is getting a little bit concerned that he's, great ball over the top. Oh, Dan James should have scored. See, that's why Dan James, in my opinion, will never be a top level footballer, because he does so many things right with his pace. But again, the touch and the finish there let him down. That should have been 1-0 to Leeds. What was I talking about there? Gomez, yes, sorry. I think Joe Gomez would understandably be worried right now, because he would be behind Matip, Van Dijk, probably Canade at this moment in time. So he'd be fourth choice, and he is 24 years of age. If he wants to play football, yeah, it's going to be tough for him to break through. Wait, what else have we got? Got through as many of these as I can while keeping you guys up to date with the game, of course. Arsenal had a shot from distance there, but it's gone behind for a goal kick to Leeds. Opinions on Kildare. I mean, Kildare's a fine place. I really like Kildare Village. Went out there during the summer for get my wife some bits and pieces for her 40th, and beautiful. Really nice, mate. Definitely be back. My wife's already been back, but yeah, I'll definitely go back. Who do I want Liverpool to sign the most? Na 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 na. Hey Jude. That's the person I want Liverpool to sign the most, mate. Mr. Bellingham. Do I think Arsenal will get top 6? They could do. I wouldn't have said that 3 weeks ago, but as I said at the start when somebody asked me about Arteta, I can see signs of life. I can see some progress. And I can see a bit more steel in those younger players who maybe don't carry the burden of previous generations. Vase of Flower said, I feel for Joe, but you can only pick 2 of your centre-backs. Yeah, it's unfortunate, alright. How far do I think Arteta will take Arsenal? Not sure. I don't know if he'll be the man to get them back established as a Champions League club, but you know, it depends how patient Arsenal's board are willing to be, I guess. Have I ever been to Scotland? No, I've never been to Scotland, mate. Which is mad. I've been to Wales, I've been to England, I've been to up the north, obviously. But yeah, I've never been to Scotland. The table very tight. It is spot on, Keane. It is very tight. But I think that gap will start to open up now between the top 3 and the chasing pack. So if you realistically look at the Champions League spots, I think it's fair to say there's probably only one up for grabs. And United right now, I'd still make United the favourites, but the longer the Solskjaer situation goes on, the bigger that gap I think becomes. Did I see Ibu pull Fred with one hand? I was watching that earlier on again today, Cube, on the Inside Anfield on the Liverpool YouTube channel, and yeah, it was funny. All good, Alfie. How are you? Nice to see you in, mate. I hope you're well. Leeds starting to come into the game a little bit now. Spread the ball across right hand side. This is an interesting one though. You know, one through here and you're into the quarter final of the League Cup. You know, when you're in the quarter final, I don't care if you're somebody who doesn't give a shit about the tournament or not. You start to look towards Wembley and perhaps a trophy. When's the Craig Box X coming out? You've already got Craig Station 5 out. Yeah, I wouldn't mind some of that gaming money, mate. I have to say, I wouldn't. No, I didn't see. I try not to be on social media, Quinch, to be honest with you. So usually when I see stuff, it's Connor will have sent me a screenshot. I tried to stay away from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. I just tried to stay off social media outside of YouTube because I think it's best for my mental health if I stay away from it. Maitland-Niles now for Arsenal. Goes right then, turns back left, gives it to Kolasinac. Ball inside. Arsenal still just looking to probe a way through. We're a quarter of the way into the game. It's still Arsenal 0, Leeds 0. By the way, please do feel free to keep me up to date with what's going on in the other games. Do I think Bielsa is overrated? No, not at all. No, I think Marcelo Bielsa is a genius. And I've really looked back through stories of players who've worked with him and things like that, and I think he's a genius. I really like that. I think any top coach, whether it be Guardiola or Klopp, I think they'd say the same. He is a very, very good manager. Have I watched any of Gerrard's Rangers? Bits and pieces, Dane. Bits and pieces. I like the style he has them playing. And I would expect nothing less of Steven Gerrard. I mean, he's always going to try and play football in the right way. All the other games are 0-0. Thank you, Jersey boy. Would he suit United? No. And here's why, Chester. I think at this stage of Marcelo Bielsa's career, he only works in 1-year contracts. And look, he can be as great a coach as he is. He can be a little bit volatile on occasion. Leeds have got a very stable Bielsa, to be fair, with regards to his time at the club. But if you look at previous jobs that he's had, he can be a little bit erratic, to say the least. I don't think it would be very palatable to the United board, but a great manager. Any news on Salah's contract? Yes, I have had bits and pieces, but again, I'm very, very reticent to say anything until it's confirmed, but the indications look promising from what I'm hearing, reading, seeing. Brentford keeper Ray expected to miss 5 months. Shit, he's in my FPL team. Thank you for the update, Addison. I'd seen that earlier on, mate. Sorry, I just didn't get a chance to comment on it. He's been a very, very fine goalkeeper for Brentford, so very unfortunate that he'll be out for that long. Funny how everyone was shouting sell Salah by Werner. Were they, though, Tom? I mean, certainly some people were, my man. Certainly some people were, but for me, I think the only person I said I'd ever sell him for was Mbappe at the time. And look, Mbappe, I probably would revise my position on, not because of how well Salah's been playing, which has been great, but because of little things I've seen from Mbappe that I don't like the look of. A little bit of petulance and stuff, you know what I mean? Taking that penalty off Messi as an example, when Messi had a chance to break the Champions League hat-trick record and had already scored one in the game. Cal said Bielsa's Bilbao team that won the Europa were class. Another team, actually. I want to go to San Mamés and go to a game in Bilbao as well. Any update on Keita? Yeah, just bruising, Jack. Touch and go for the weekend. Could potentially be there, but... Oh, great save that from Leno. Good strike from inside the penalty area by Leeds, and Leno got down well and saved it to his left-hand side. Yeah, it looks like it's just bruising, mate, and could be around for the game of the weekend, but if he does miss that, I would expect he would certainly be available for the game against Atleti. I do not know who that is, Steve, no. Who do you think will be promoted? Looking like the old reliables, isn't it, mate? It's looking like the yo-yo club's coming back up. I'd like it to be mixed up. I'd like an anomaly. Like, I'm so glad Brentford got up. I'm so happy to have Brentford in the Premier League. I love watching them as a neutral, and I like the way the club is looking to go. I'm just sick of the likes of West Brom and stuff, up down, and always playing the shite brand of football. When they get to the Premier League, well, at least that has been the case. Maybe under their new manager. I don't watch much of the Championship, to be fair, but yeah, I don't want them back up. They'll always bang a Tony Pulis to me. Ball goes out wide on the far side there. Still waiting the first goal of the game. 27 minutes gone. Arsenal 0, Leeds United 0. Paul said, your reaction to Ronaldo's disallowed goal was priceless. Yeah, I mean, I think it was relief, mate, more than anything else. Because, look, I don't think United were going to get back into the game at that point, but I consigned myself to the goal because I didn't initially think there was going to be any offside about it, because I thought Ronaldo had held his line, but I think it was more a laugh of it's defo our day, you know, that kind of way. Like, everything's coming up Millhouse. Dream signing next summer. Bellingham for me, mate. I don't know how realistic it is, Darren, but Bellingham. Gravenberch is another interesting one with only, just over 18 months left on his Ajax deal. Dan James, again, another half chance edge of the box. Doesn't really make a great connection, and it's fairly straightforward for Leno to deal with. Ronaldo did such a dumb thing to Jones. Yes, but wasn't the reaction from the Liverpool players brilliant? That they were straight over looking after their boy, which was great to see. And look, I think Jones did Ronaldo a favour, by not overreacting to the situation. I think if Jones rolls around there and lets a yelp out, I think maybe the referee looks at it a slight bit differently. What club do I think Houlden will join when he leaves Dortmund? City or Real Madrid. I don't think he ends up at United. At least, look, if you're him now looking at United, what would appeal to you more? United, City or Real Madrid. Right now, you'd probably stay away from United, wouldn't you? Do I think Rashford should be better than he is? Yes, but I do think he's a very good footballer. I just think that I think it's coaching with Rashford. I do. I think it's coaching, because he's got everything, to be fair, in his locker, Rashford. But of all the United players, Greenwood is the real standout for me. I really, really think Mason Greenwood has the potential to be an absolute superstar with the right coaching. Score prediction for the Liverpool game. 3-1, Glenn. I'm going to go with a 3-1. I think if my memory's right, I think Preston won their third round game 4-1 at home. So, sellout crowd. It's going to be tasty. So, yeah, I'm thinking that they'll score at least one. So, let's go with a 3-1 win. Oh, thank you. I don't want to read your name out, Mr. Swallow. Let's just call it that. But thank you. Bobby Parker said Greenwood will overtake all English talents. I think he's a wonderful footballer, mate. I do. I would absolutely love him at Liverpool, I won't lie. I love how Jens Lehmann has said Haaland should go to Arsenal because he should test himself. Yeah, let's make the test even bigger. Go to Bray Wanderers, young Haaland. We'll sort the wages out. We'll do a GoFundMe. Do I think Ronaldo was an unnecessary signing? Oh, 100%. 100. Look, I understand that United fans were over the moon with Ronaldo coming back. I can understand why. As a parent, I can understand why as well. You look at Ronaldo be able to say, I was able to bring my son or daughter to see the great Cristiano. So I get that, but from just a factual perspective, I don't get it. They needed a central defensive midfielder, not another attacker. And not another attacker that won't do much else but attack. He'll score goals, he'll do things in big moments, but he's not going to work his arse off for the team like he would have been able to before. So I think to get the best out of Ronaldo, you're going to lose out in other areas of the pitch. Victor, thank you for the super chat, mate. You're very kind. Said, hey Craig, must be thinking of the time of your life as a Liverpool fan. I have a lot of respect for Liverpool, especially Klopp and his squad. We want to see high level football, and that was embarrassing from United. You're right, mate. I am absolutely having the time of my life as a Liverpool fan. I still pinch myself that Jurgen Klopp is our manager. I'm very, very happy that he's at the club, and I am certainly having the best time of it as a Liverpool fan that I remember in my life. So yeah, definitely enjoying it, and thank you, mate. Again, you're really kind. Would I take Saka? Definitely. I wanted him at the time before he signed that thing for Arsenal. Before he signed them pro terms, because again, I think Saka is a good player. I think another year or two at Arsenal wouldn't do him any harm, though. To continue to develop, continue to get game time each week. You just don't want him to stay at Arsenal too long before maybe picks up the wrong mindset, or how do I say this without sounding really harsh? You don't want him to become in any way defeatist, is what I'm trying to say, really. Arsenal move the ball out right hand side. They've got bodies forward here. Again, though, it ends up with a corner. Still awaiting the first goal in this one. United could have gotten 5 reds on Sunday, said Darren. I can see where you're coming from, but to me, I think the red was a red, nailed on, no argument. The Ronaldo one, I think, was an orange. I could have understood either way. The Fred one, I don't think that it was as bad as the Griezmann one. I don't think his boot was as high. I think there was an argument about the red. I get it, but I don't think it was a red personally. The Fernandes one, I haven't really seen much of, to be fair. I think I've seen it once. Ooh, I thought Arsenal were going to score there, but Leeds have defended it. They're looking to get bodies forward. Dan James moves to that right hand side to Rodrigo. Back up the line. Dan James does well. Oh, lovely little step over. Chance here. Roberts. He cuts back on his right foot. Maybe the chance is gone. Yep, he pulls it wide. Chance is gone. He should never have cut back on it to his right foot there. He should have had the confidence to have a strike with his left. But good counter-attack there from Leeds. Good work by Dan James down the right-hand side. There was a shout for maybe a handball against Dan James when he controlled that, but I think it was accidental. And then after that, the move just broke down. I think they'll get a corner out, but actually I think it did go off an Arsenal head. Corner in, and Leno punches it away. Martinelli goes down holding his face. The referee brings a stop to play because it's a head injury. Out of the front three, which will be sold first? I keep going back and forth between Firmino and Mane, Fraser. Not that I want to lose any of them, but I think whoever gets the next contract renewal after Salah will probably give us an indication. Thoughts on Ramsdale? I don't rate him that highly at all. I don't. Like, when Sheffield United brought him back from Bournemouth, I couldn't understand that, and I couldn't understand then why Arsenal went and brought him in. I think there would have been better options. To be fair, I don't think they ever should have sold keeper to Villa. Have I seen that Hendo has now played the most passes in Premier League history? I did not know that at all. But if that's a true stat, it's a very interesting one. "36 minutes now on the clock at the Emirates. Still Arsenal 0, Leeds 0. Hey Dara, how are you, mate? Welcome in. 9 minutes to go till half time. Hopefully we get a breakthrough goal. As a percentage, how confident are you over Salah's contract? 85. I'd be fairly confident on it. Adris, thank you for the update, mate. Said all matches are still 0-0. And Connor as well, thank you. Millie appreciation comments. Top player. I can get on board that, Sammy. I can. He definitely is. Would I take Donny van de Beek at Liverpool? Good ball in behind here. Rodrigo. Oh, good save. Good save, but Leno comes out and gathers it well. Would I take him at Liverpool? I mean, I would pick other players before him, but I think the best way I can describe my thoughts on Donny van de Beek is that I think he's a much better player than we're seeing at Manchester United. You're building a camper van. That's class. Where's a nice place to stay in Ireland? Anywhere along the coast. Anywhere, Neil. Sligo, Galway, Kerry, Cork, Dublin, Wexford, and Donegal. It's a fucking beautiful country, mate. And yeah, anywhere along the coast. Donegal, gorgeous. Kerry, I haven't been, but I hear it's gorgeous. Cork, absolutely gorgeous. Galway, gorgeous. Dublin, gorgeous, but not really a great camper van spot. Wicklow, Wexford, Waterford, anywhere along the coast. Great country. What do I think about this White and Gabrielle partnership? I don't know. I've watched a lot of Ben White. I haven't watched too much of Gabrielle, to be fair. So, in this game, yeah, both teams have yet to really create too much. But Leeds have gotten in behind now a couple of times in the last few minutes, just haven't capitalised on it. 7 to go. Arsenal with a ball deep. El Neni brings it down. Ball back in. And it's cleared easily by Leeds. Dan James picks it up again. Now here's an opportunity. Rodrigo breaking. If Dan James can play the right ball here. Again, he plays the wrong ball. That's why Dan James will never be a top player. Time and time again, he gets into great positions and plays the wrong ball. The ball was to Rodrigo. If he gets his head up, looks to his right, he can slip Rodrigo in, and that could well be the first goal of the game. But he goes out left again. I don't even think he looked out to Rodrigo on the right hand side, and that to me sums up Dan James. Do I rate Partey? Yes, but not as much as some Arsenal fans seem to rate him. Craig, would we riot if FSC... I would never encourage anybody to riot, mate, but a protest, absolutely, mate. 100%. They should be told in no uncertain terms if they don't give them a new deal that they're idiots. Thank you, Ramit. It was great fun chatting with Indie Cop. It was great fun. I really enjoyed it. Thank you. I always enjoy any videos I get to do with any Indian Reds because they're always really well up to speed on the football, well up to speed on the statistics, very friendly as well, Ramit. So thank you. It was lots of fun and it was a pleasure to be asked. Adama Traore or Dan James? Oh, neither. I know a lot of people will go Adama, but I have too many doubts about decision making with him as well. Again, how Dan James gets his head up, Rodrigo's in acres of space there. I'm just watching a replay of it now. Oh, Thomas Partey gets in United's midfield. I don't disagree with you on that, Sammy, at all. He definitely does. Craig, will you think my manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, will be sacked? He's actually making me really depressed. I think it's just inevitable. I think it's just a matter of one more defeat or so, mate. Leicester look good. They were a good side, Leicester. Very capable recruitment team as well. And again, as I was saying earlier on, they've announced plans to increase the capacity of the King Power. Predictions for the City United game. God, mate, that could be a massacre. Honestly. If United don't get at City from the start, and I mean don't give them time on the ball, they need to press the shit out of them. Because if they give them any time whatsoever, they will walk rings around that Manchester United team. Aaron said, as a Leicester fan, I don't think Partey gets in our team. Yeah, well, mate, you've got a very good set of midfielders, to be fair, Aaron. Yuri Tielemans, a wonderful footballer. So I hear where you're coming from. And again, nothing but respect for Leicester. Okay, Jet, you're a United fan. I don't know what you're trying to prove, dude. Here, coming in with your glory, glory, Man United. This isn't a fucking Liverpool stream, fella. You can say whatever the hell you want. How would I dispose of a dead body if we're on the 5th floor of a hotel? I don't know, mate. I can't say I've ever given that any thought because I don't think I'll ever be, nor do I ever want to be in a position where I have to dispose of a dead body. You know? Then I'd be in a whole lot of fucking trouble, wouldn't I? Three minutes to go. Another corner to Arsenal. Ball in. Oh, I tell you what. I thought that was headed goalward, but I took a little knock off a Leeds player. Now it's wide right with Eddie Nketiah. Back to Elneny. Nketiah again. Delivers it to the back post. It's nodded down. How? How did they not even test the keeper there? Again, we should have had our opening goal in the last few minutes of this game. Both sides have done their best not to score. Weirdest dream you've ever had? Oh God, mate, I don't know. I think we've all had some mental dreams, but I don't know. Sammy said, Leicester and Brentford are two clubs that he really respects as a Liverpool fan, the way both are run and the way both play. I echo those sentiments. Best Man United option? Simeone. What unpopular opinion do you have? I've got lots of them, mate. But, I mean, probably the one that has gotten the most coverage for me saying was that I don't think that Paul Scholes belongs in the Gerrard Lampard debate. That's probably the most notable one. That's the one that certainly got me in the most trouble over the years. Favourite sandwich and why? A toasted ham and cheese. Because I'm boring. Greenwood or Saka? Greenwood. Goal Chelsea 1-0. Thank you, Jersey boy. And thank you, Ethan, as well. What the fuck did he just say? Oh, you want me to reiterate what I've said before, mate? That I don't think Scholes belongs in the Gerrard Lampard debate. It's my opinion. Might disagree with me. I respect it if you do. But it is my opinion. Life without pork or beef? Beef. I couldn't live without rashers and sausages. I couldn't. You know, I love my beef burgers. I love a steak, but I couldn't live without bacon, sausage, pork fillet. Johnny, look, I honestly don't get it, mate. Look, I will, and it's not because I don't want to give United players credit. I think Keane was an amazing midfielder. I think Giggs was an amazing winger. I think Beckham was one of the best courses for football I've ever seen. I think Peter Schmeichel was one of the best goalkeepers that's ever graced the league. I just don't think Scholes was as good as a lot of United fans seem to think. I'm not saying he wasn't a good player. Of course he was. But I've never seen him in that same category, in my opinion. And it is just that. And I understand that you might think I'm mad. That's fine. No issues with that. Joseph said, really respect you, Craig. Underrated content creator. Can't get enough of Anfield Agenda. Thank you. Hopefully more people start tuning in as well, dude, because I won't lie. I want to get up to the very top. I do. I won't lie to you, mate. I want to be up there with the Goldbridges, with the True Geordies of this world. I do. But I know I'll have to have a few lucky breaks. I'll have to keep making good content, and I'll have to keep putting the hours in, and I hope to get there because Well, mainly because I love what I do, and secondly because I want to change my family's life and give us a good future. Right, half time, ladies and gentlemen, half time at the Emirates. It's still Arsenal 0, Leeds United 0. So we'll just stop the clock. And again, hopefully this doesn't go to extra time because I want a chipper. I want to get some dinner after this. We're going to have to agree to disagree. That's all right, mate. That's perfectly fine. I don't think there's no problem with that, Johnny. You know, I was asked what my most unpopular opinion was, so, you know, I was trying to be fair with the question. Souness or Pogba? Souness, without a shadow of a doubt. Top 5 generational talents. I mean, it's all subjective to opinion. Or it's all subjective, I should say. Excuse me. I mean, generational talents. I don't know. It's a phrase we've invented, really, isn't it? What do I get from the chippy? It depends. Either fish goujons and a battered sausage, or fresh cod and chips. What do I think of Leno wearing Dartle's away jerseys? I didn't even notice, Robert, to be honest with you. Favourite club outside of Liverpool? Before the takeover, Newcastle. I've always, you know, it's the one question I've always been asked is, if Liverpool didn't exist, who would you support? And I've always said most likely Newcastle, because I really like the Geordies and I really like the way they get behind their team. I really like the atmosphere they create, and I really like any Geordies I've ever come across and, you know, interacted with. They've all been really nice. And just as I'm seeing this on the TV, I'm seeing an ad for a Volvo XC60. How am I? I'm good, Ian. Sorry, I thought I said something else. I'm good, Ian. I'm good, my man. Again, if you're enjoying the stream, folks, do us a favour. Hit the subscribe button. Drop a like on the video as well. Have I ever watched Tony Adams? Yes, I'm old enough to remember Tony Adams playing, mate. And what's my opinion? Excellent centre-back. Excellent. Real leader. Proper commanding centre-back, Tony Adams. Yeah. No doubt about it, mate. One of the greats from when I was growing up, without a doubt. And he went out with Caprice as well for a while, which, you know, gets bonus points for that one as well. Favourite pair of football boots? Copa Mundials, probably. You know, either them or it's got to be Copa Mundials. Will your respect for Newcastle go down after the takeover? Not for the fans, no, not for the fans at all. Newcastle people are salt of the earth, good people, but I'd be lying if I said I don't have my own reservations about who's bought Newcastle. It's got nothing to do with what I'm happy for Newcastle to do well. It's nothing to do with that. Best Irish team I've seen. St. Pat's under Brian Kerr. Yeah, my dad had a friend who played for St. Pat's, and we used to go out and watch quite a bit. Paul Assam, I don't know if anyone remembers him, but St. Pat's under Brian Kerr was a very, very, very good team. Other than that, some of the modern day Dundalk teams have been very good. Some of the Rovers teams, obviously, but that Pat's team, to me. Cal said, Copa Mundials, you're a smart man. It's, yeah, they're great boots. Cha-ching said, or Cha-cha real smooth, sorry, said, beef is better than pork. Beef's quality, mate. You know, I'm looking at the quantity of pork products that I'd have to do without. You know, no sausages, no rashers, no bacon, no ham, no pork fillet. You know, some of my favourite meats there, some of my favourite cuts of meat. Sligo Rovers, David said. I've don't know too much about Sligo Rovers teams over the years, David. No, I know that the Showgrounds is supposed to be a very good place to go and watch football, and I'm delighted to see that the Showgrounds is getting a makeover. Oh, did you mean Irish teams as in National team, sorry. If you meant national team, Italia 90 team, 100%. I don't like chops, David. I was so sick of them growing up. My mother made chops all the time, and it's the one thing that I never buy here at home is chops because I hate them. Unless they're lamb chops, that's a different ball game altogether. Dan James being quality, no, I would say the opposite. I'd say Dan James being costly. Very good player until he has to make that last pass. But I think Dan James has had two opportunities where he could have slipped somebody in for a goal today and made the wrong decision. I have not seen the guy on loan for Liverpool or Pats. No, Byron. What's the best Real Madrid team you've ever seen? The one with Figo, Zidane, that era probably. Ronaldo. John's first pair of boots were Pumas with the fixed hard rubber studs. Puma King were another one, John, that I was thinking of, but it's got to be Copa Mundials. Would Salah be in my all-time Liverpool team? I don't want to answer that question until Salah's time at Liverpool's done, if that makes sense, because, he's still got, in my opinion, he's still got a lot more he can achieve at Liverpool, and I hope to see him achieve at Liverpool. Is Benzema as good as Salah now? No. He's not. He's an excellent player, but I wouldn't quite have him in Salah's mould, in my opinion. But again, Real Madrid fans, France fans, they might have a different opinion, and that's cool. Okay, Jack, I mean, you're getting very worked up about this pork versus beef debate, dude. Would I consider Salah at Liverpool great? 100% yes. How could I not? He's like smashing, I think, 33 records I'm aware of he's broken already. He's now the highest scoring African in the Premier League to go ahead of, Didier Drogba, who I think we'll all say is a great of the game. And Salah's done it in less games as well, so he's got to be a great, definitely. Oh, he will become a Liverpool great. I'm not saying he won't, mate. Absolutely. I just, he could become the greatest. Do you know? That's how highly I rate. That's why I said I would hang off, because he could become the greatest. What would be your last meal on death row? Do I get a 3-course jobby? Do I get a starter, main course, dessert? Starter, probably ribs, to be honest with you. Barbecue ribs. Main course, pizza. I'm a man of simple pleasures. Give me a good quality cheese pizza. And dessert, some type of apple and cinnamon crumble, probably. Irish James said he's already the greatest to me. Hey, that's good. I mean, happy days. He is definitely amazing, but having seen CVG at Liverpool, having seen from video footage obviously about Kenny Dalglish and stuff, because I was too young. Not very often I get to say I've been too young for it, but I've been too young to remember Kenny as a player. Who's your favourite manager in the league apart from Klopp? My favourite now, not who I think is the best, because I can't take to Thomas Tuchel for some reason, so I'm not undervaluing his managerial ability, but you said who's my favourite. Probably Pep Guardiola. Craig, you should do a commentary watch along of the Tiddlywinks World Championships. Me, mate, if there's a pound note to be made, never rule it out. A cheesecake was a very close second, Neil, definitely. I do love a cheesecake, mate. Thomas Frank's another good show. He's a very likeable dude, alright, and plays football in the right way. But me being somebody who has a very, 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 very big soft spot for Barcelona, as I've spoken about numerous times before. That Pep Guardiola Barcelona team was astonishing. I think it's right to be impressed, Walter, with Frank. I think there's a lot to admire about the passion and the way he has Brentford playing. Would I ever do a video with Goldbridge? I've done 2 in the last week, mate. Did one on both channels, on the United Stand and on Anfield Agenda, a preview for the United game. So yes, I think I might be going over and doing a joint watch along with him at some point in the UK as well, where we're actually physically in the same room. But yeah, Mark's a good friend of mine, somebody who I hold in the highest regard. So yeah, of course I would. What about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Well, he's probably my favourite at the minute, Ricky, but for the wrong reasons for you, my man. Ole is still not sacked. Opinions. Well, look, there's 2 opinions. I can give you my Liverpool hat, which is keep him in there forever. Or I can give you my football fan perspective, which is I don't understand the rationale behind it. And this is why, we're in half time, so I can waffle for a minute. If I look at the situation now, and let's pretend I'm a Manchester United fan for a minute. So I look at the situation, I can only see an outcome that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets the sack eventually. So whether it's after the Spurs game, whether it's after the Champions League game, whether it's after the Manchester City game, the Chelsea game, he's going to get the sack. So for me, if I was a Manchester United fan or on the Manchester United board, I would ask, what is the benefit of leaving him in the job? I don't get it. So remove him from the job. If the manager that you want can't come in yet, or perhaps if I'm being really cynical about it, if he doesn't want to come in during this very, very difficult run of fixtures, then I think put in a caretaker manager to get you through these games. I just don't. He's dead man walking for regard to his job. It's going to happen. He's going to get the sack. He's not going to turn it round. So I think the reason I'm saying all of this is it'll get to a point, if United's board leave it too long, that they won't be in the race for the Champions League. And Manchester United as a club now, with Cristiano Ronaldo, with Jadon Sancho, with Rafael Varane, with David De Gea, with Bruno Fernandes, with Mason Greenwood, with all the great players that they have there, and they have a very, very good group of players, they can't afford to not be in the Champions League again. So the damage that would do to brand Ronaldo, to brand Manchester United, to sponsorships, you then start asking yourself, are United a Champions League club anymore? Because there's been a lot of in the Champions League, out of the Champions League, in the Champions League, out of the Champions League, no consistency. So that's why I'm saying I don't understand the decision the board have made for United, because it isn't going to get better. He's not going to turn it round. I've just seen the Kai Havertz goal for Chelsea as well, and that one. So look, that's my take on it, and that's my take on it with as fair a hat as I can put on as a Liverpool fan. So, any United fans, I'd be interested to see what you think, but that's how I see it as an outsider. Sodom, said UK lad, it's been downhill for the past 10 years. I know. And look, it's very easy as a Liverpool fan to say, I've been there. A lot of us Liverpool fans grew up having to withstand all of our mates bantering the shit out of us about Manchester United being so dominant, and it was fucking horrendous. Am I a boxing fan? I'm a huge boxing fan, Chris. Yes, boxing is my other big sport outside of football. Do I give Plant a chance? Not particularly. Not since he's angered Canelo, Chris. It's why the hell would you wind up Canelo Alvarez? I don't get it. I really don't. I think Canelo's going to go through him for a shortcut. Who would I bring in? I think the show for Simeone is a great show. It depends what United's board want. United's board might have their eyes on a manager who might not be available for a year and a half or 2 years. If that's the case, then somebody like Conte coming in for 18 months, 2 years would make sense. But I don't I don't think United's board knows what the fuck it wants. I think United's board only cares about the share price, if I'm being honest with you. Will I be watching White versus Wallen? No, it's been knocked on the head, mate. White has a shoulder injury, so that fight's been postponed, probably cancelled, to be honest with you. Do I think Joe Gomez has a long-term future at Liverpool? I think it might come under some question at the minute, Lewis. Seen an article last night saying that maybe Gomez is starting to question his chances at Liverpool. I could understand it, but I hope he stays. Glazers or FSG if I had to pick one? FSG, 100%. Would I swap Sancho for Curtis Jones? No, I wouldn't. But would I have taken Sancho at Liverpool? Yes, I absolutely would have. Second half about to get underway. Still 0-0. Leeds going to be kicking off in the blue shirts, playing from right to left in the second half. Just waiting for the referee. We're on the way. Will I be going back to That's Football? I don't know. We haven't actually, believe it or not, and I'm not even joking, we haven't talked about it at all. So, yeah, we have talked loads, by the way, as mates, but we've never spoken about whether I'll ever go back or do it or not. It's never actually come up in conversation. Do I think Fury will be beat in his career? Yes, but not because I don't think he's amazing or I don't think he's the best of this era. I think it's heavyweight boxing and it's very, very difficult to go through your career without taking an L in heavyweight boxing because it can change in the blink of an eye. But I do think he's the best of the generation that's currently about, Paddy. But I hope we get to see all the fights, by the way. I hope we get to see the Fury AJ, the Fury Wilder, or excuse me, the AJ Wilder, the Fury Alexander Usyk, the Fury White fight, Joe Joyce. I want to see all the great fights, mate. My wife's day job is to ring rich people and do security checks. She recently rang both Naby and Conte, and I've asked her to give me their mobile numbers and she's refused. Is this grounds for a divorce? No, I think your wife's just very professional in her job, Neil, and I think you should commend her on that because I'm sure she'd love to give you the numbers. Who's better, Craig, Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson? I never seen Muhammad Ali box live, obviously, as I was too young, but I think Muhammad Ali culturally is the more important boxer, so I would say Muhammad Ali. I don't rate Joe Joyce either, by the way. I see a few people in the chat going, both sides of this conversation around Joe Joyce. I don't rate him that much either, to be honest with you. Big, strong lad. Obviously got a good pedigree, but I don't think he's going to do anything against the top heavyweights. I tell you what, Joe Joyce and Dillian White. Now that's a fight. That's a fight. Craig, did I hear about Mo Salah asking Ben Foster which way he would die for the penalty? Yes, somebody sent me the Facebook clip of Ben Foster speaking about that incident. And by the way, Ben, me old mucker, if you're watching Mr. Cycling Goalkeeper, we've seen Goldbridge, I've seen Togden, I've seen everybody else invited on. Where's my invite, Ben? I ask you, one goalkeeper to another, Ben. This Irish man will jump on a plane, Mr. Foster, and I'll be over there and I'll do your podcast, mate, and it'll be the most entertaining podcast that you've ever done in your life, Ben. So, hit me up is all I'm saying, Mr. Foster. Show a little bit of love. One goalkeeper to another, my man. But yes, I did see what Ben Foster... Somebody please clip that up and lash it on Twitter. But yes, I did see Ben Foster's clip, and it just, again, it speaks to the mindset of Mo, doesn't it? That he wanted to know what side he would have dived on. How do I like to be addressed? Craig usually works, Sean. But I mean, Lord works as well. 1-1. 1-1 in the Chelsea game. Oh, hello. Southampton have equalised. Nice. Adams with the goal. Shay Adams, thank you for the update, folks. Nice one. Bit of an interesting game there then. Let's see what happens in that one. Still 0-0 here between Arsenal and Leeds. If you are new to the channel, by the way, please do hit that subscribe button. Me and Ben Foster be a deadly podcast, you know what I mean? One goalkeeper to another. You know, one of us, you know, using the term goalkeeper very loosely about me, I have to say, but tell us some school stories. Oh, mate, I could tell you some belters, I really could, but probably not fit for this time of the evening. I tell you what I did used to do in school though, and again, speaks to my kind of Del Boy attitude, but I used to take orders for Levi's in school. I think it was when I was in third year, and I used to take orders during the week and collect the money off the lads, and then I used to go out to the Phoenix Park markets on a Sunday with my parents, and I'd fulfill those orders by buying the dodgy Levi's at the markets and marking them up by a tenner a pair. So I've always hustled. I've always bought and sold shit, whether it be cars or jeans, or I used to buy earphones by the boxes of 10,000, and they're just the shitty little cheap ones that would be, you know, you'd be given out on an airplane. I used to buy them by the 10,000, and this was like 4 or 5 years ago, and sell them on. But yeah, that the Levi's 501s out in the Phoenix Park markets, I used to make a nice little few bob from them going through school. I used to sell my lunch as well, a little break, and then use the money to go to the chip or a big break. Because we didn't have a tuck shop in our school for a little break, so we always had people who were willing to buy cans of Coke, Mars bars, packets of crisps and stuff, and I'd quite happily wait then till lunchtime and spend that money. Mark always used to put his whole mouth around the water fountain in school. We didn't have a water fountain in my school, Darren. Not when I was there anyway. Corner in from Arsenal. It's cleared again though by Leeds. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Nearly 6 minutes still. Arsenal 0, Leeds 0. In England it's called break and lunch. Yeah, it's little 10-15 minute break. Little break, big break. Craig, does the Lawnmower 4.0 come with the Weed Whacker and the Shed? If you buy the performance package, it does, Leonard. Yes, you get... I love what you're doing here, mate. No link for it, by the way, in this show. But yes, it does. If you buy the performance package 4.0, mate, you do get the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer. You get the Shed travel bag. You get the boxer briefs. You get the ball toner, the ball deodorant, and you get the little thing for catching all your hairs as well. And it comes in a really nice box, and honestly it does come in a really nice package. So yeah, if anybody wants to get themselves a little Manscaped set, WFM20, you know, 20% off, free shipping. Who's been the better side? Arsenal, just slightly though. Have I seen the video where Ronaldo made fun of all his tactics? I haven't, no. I haven't, mate, no. Were Leeds fans singing Ollie at the wheel? I don't know, but I tell you what I can tell you. When I was at the Josh Warrington fight, even though it had nothing to do with United, we all had a little sing-song of stand up if you hate United. It happened. I enjoyed it. It was fun. The grind's the grind, absolutely. I've always been someone that's hustled, mate. Always. Always been somebody who's tried to make a few quid on the side, or a little dodgy deal here or there. It's always been my way. Indian or a Chinese? Chinese. I don't like Indian food. At least, I don't like the Indian food that I've tasted. I do love some of the clay oven stuff, but I would usually go for a Chinese. Do I think Arteta's a better manager than Ollie? Yes. I do. Do I think we can go unbeaten this season? No. I'm not complaining if we do, Rich, but for me, mate, I've never cared about the invincible type thing. I've always said that, to me, you want to break 100 points if you want to be the best, and I think Manchester City's 100 points is, to me, up there as the best team in the Premier League era. Best chippy in Wexford? Oh God, mate, there's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of good ones, Johnny. Sabrina! Fucking, she's deaf, I swear to God. Sabrina! Sabrina! Nope, not here. I can't remember the name of it. There's a chipper in Wexford town. Sharkies? Is it Sharkies? I think it's Sharkies, mate. That's a good chipper. Here in Gorey, King Cod's good, but Adriano's is the best one for me. I think it's called Sharkies. I think that's the one. Also, PJ's Diner. Shout out to that as well. It's like an Aporta cabin in what's the name of the town again it's in? Oilgate. I really like that place as well. I'm not touching that, Leonard, with the area you're speaking about, dude. But what I would say is, don't be embarrassed to talk to your parents, my man. Your parents have been there, seen it, done it all like the rest of us. So never be afraid to talk to your parents about anything. Oh, was it over the line? Was it over the line? No, the watch never buzzed. Hang on. Goal! Goal! We have a goal. It's been given eventually here. Arsenal 1-0 up. Eventually it's been given. There was a scramble in the box. It looked like it was close to being over the line. It's been given anyway, and it's 1-0. 1-0 to Arsenal. I think it's Chambers maybe that scored it. But it is 1-0 to Arsenal. That much we can confirm. I think it was Chambers. Let's have a look at the replay. Corner comes in. It's flicked onto the back post. Pepe heads it back across. It's definitely over the line. 100%. Meslier does well to scoop it out, but it's behind the line. It is 1-0 to Arsenal. And I think it's Chambers with the goal. Yeah, it is Chambers. 1-0 to Arsenal. Definitely over the line, that. No doubt about it. Oh, that's why my wife wasn't answering. She's not here. I just hear my car going into the driveway now. I think she was collecting my daughter from gymnastics. So 1-0 to Arsenal, folks. 1-0. It was over the line. I know Meslier's appealing and he did his best to save it, but it was definitely over the line. There we go. We have a breakthrough. Arsenal 1, Leeds United 0. I think he's probably trolling as well, David. But, you know, I always like to try and take people at face value because, you know, what he spoke about, I wouldn't wish that upon any young person, mate, to be that worried. So, look, I know you're probably right, mate, and he probably was taking a piss, but the father in me, you know, doesn't want to think of somebody being that worried. Show us your guns. I don't have any guns, mate. Do you know I know what you mean, like, but I don't have muscles, dude. It's just relaxed fat, really. Craig shouting for Sabrina, she's not even in. I know, I'm up here thinking, calling her deaf and all, like. She's coming in the door now. Sabrina! Sarka? Sabrina? Anyone? Sabrina? Sarka? Was that chipper in Wexford town called Sharkies?
Yeah.
Yes, it is Sharkies.
Down under the little... It's down near Argos.
Yeah, it's down beside Super Value.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Sharkies. That's the good chipper, mate, in Wexford town. And PJ's, that's Oilgate, isn't it?
Oh, PJ's is nicer than Cherokee.
Wife says PJ's is nicer. Have I seen the new James Bond movie? No, I don't think I've ever seen a whole James Bond film. I think I've seen the guts of one of them, but not a big fan.
And the flying Irishman in Castlebridge.
There you go, another good show. Mary, stop asking questions that you're... I'm just going to remove you, Mary, because you're asking questions that are intentionally trying to lead me to a specific answer. Do I live in Wexford? I live not in that part of Wexford, not Wexford town, but yes, I do live in Wexford. I live in Gorey. I live on the Dublin side of Wexford. Chambers, Addison Chambers scored for Arsenal. Craig, as a Liverpool fan, which night was better? Barcelona beating United 5-0. Barcelona. And the reason was because of the of the first leg, the second leg and what it meant, obviously, to get ourselves through to win the Champions League that year. So the Barcelona one, definitely. You know, no Bobby Firmino, no Salah, Robbo going off injured, former Liverpool players, of course, at Barcelona, Leo Messi playing. It has to be that game. It is basically a suburb of Dublin, Sammy. Yeah, you're right. I grew up in South Dublin, so it's about 45 minutes away from where I grew up. Favourite boxing fight I've watched? Just for the sheer entertainment value of it, and I'm not saying it was the best fight I've ever seen, because I've seen some very good fights over the years, of course, but the Klitschko AJ fight just stands with me as a really ding dong battle both sides. But the Wilder Fury was similar as well. But my favourite one I went to was Carl Frampton up in Belfast winning his first world title. That was brilliant. Posh end of Wexford? I wouldn't say it's the posh end, it's just the closest part to where I grew up, mate. Particularly, I live in a council estate, so certainly nothing posh about me, my man, or where I live. I'm good, thank you, Mary. I hope you are as well. No, I won't be able to stream the Tottenham United game because I'll be still doing post-match stuff for the Liverpool game at 3 o'clock, Zach. So the post-match content will take me through, so I won't have enough time to... I would have done it, but I won't have enough time because I'll need to do the post-match shows. What county is Wexford in? Well, that would be Wexford. Mayweather Pacquiao was such a letdown, Johnny. It was the fight we all wanted to see. Absolutely, really wanted to see it, but it was 5-6 years too late. Am I a fan of the UFC? I like it. I like watching it, but there's so many different martial arts involved in it that I'm obviously not up to speed on the likes of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as an example. I can understand and relate to the kickboxing side of it, the boxing side of it, the wrestling side of it, but it's so many intricacies of UFC and mixed martial arts that I'm not fully up to speed on it. Top 5 boxers I've seen fight. Usyk. I'm trying to be fair about this. You mean in person at the events or on TV? In person, Usyk. I would say AJ, but he was absolutely destroyed by Usyk when we went to see him. So Usyk, Frampton, Warrington, Callum Smith, and Katie Taylor. Them 5. Would I do a Tottenham preview with expressions? I would have no issues doing it. I've no bad feelings towards expressions at all. We've done stuff together in the past, and I've always gotten on well with the guy. Do I follow Irish rugby? Not really, Mary. No, not really. To be honest with you, I watch the autumn internationals, like, but I wouldn't say that I'm an avid watcher of Irish rugby now. Let's see if Leeds can claw their way back into this, by the way. What have we got? 63 minutes on the clock now. Still chasing this Arsenal goal. Arsenal, if anything, came closer to a second. What American sports do I like? NFL. In the last 2 years, I've really gotten into watching NFL, Dan. I can't watch baseball. It's crap. I don't get it. Ice hockey, not my thing. But American football, NFL, I've really, really, really like NFL now. And I didn't think I ever would. Favourite Irish player of all time? Paul McGrath. The last time I was in Wexford town, I'm from New Ross. Connor's from that neck of the wood, Alex. Connor's from around New Ross area. Last time I was in Wexford town, oh God, probably a few months ago at a psychologist appointment. My wife goes down there quite often, but I don't go out much, to be honest, Alex. Neil's top 5 was Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvin Hagler, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, and Tyson Fury. That's, if you've got to see them all live, mate, that's some list of fighters, alright, wow. Kate said you don't need to know, in your opinion, about... Yeah, no, I get it. You can absolutely admire MMA. But the reason I'm saying that, Kate, would be I'd like to understand more what's going on in a grappling situation, as an example. Like, I'd like to know what they're trying to set up, why they're trying to set it up, so I can appreciate it more. Because, you know, one of the criticisms of UFC would be the stuff on the ground where, you know, it looks like they're just hugging or holding, but they're obviously trying to set up something, and I don't understand that part of it. Yeah, we're looking good, Sabrina. We're looking good so far. If the game goes as it is, we're looking alright. She's trying to keep me up to date with the chipper situation. Right, Leeds passing it round. Again, please do hit that subscribe button, by the way. If you guys have been enjoying the stream. I'm trying to keep up to date with the game, but there's not too much going on, to be fair. Vase of Flower said, as a lower working class guy, grew up in a council estate like snooker, pool. Yep, I'm with you on that one. Darts, yep, defo with you on that one. Boxing, 100% with you on that one. And football. Cricket and rugby seemed uninteresting to me. For me, it was, again, my dad's influence on a lot of that stuff. So my dad was an avid darts player. My dad loved boxing. My dad... Well, yeah, he liked snooker. He liked snooker. But I played snooker quite a bit when I was on the mitch from school. LFC Centre said, I live near Gorey. Nice, I'm in Gorey. So yeah, not too far away. Am I good at bowling? No. I like it. I enjoy playing it, John. You know, but nah, I'm crap. Craig, I have autism. Any advice? Nah, man, just enjoy your life and, you know, try and mitigate the things that may cause you sensory issues if you can. But have fun, enjoy your life, and don't let anyone talk to you or treat you any differently. Not that I'm suggesting they would, but have fun, man. Enjoy your life. Coming to England anytime soon? Yes, January. Going over to Liverpool in January, Lewis. I was over there in September twice. I was in Bradford, Leeds, and I was in London for some boxing events in September, but I'll be back over in Liverpool in January. Hopefully for the Brentford game, but either way I'll be over there for that weekend. You should go to the Wexford versus Bray game on Friday. I really should, Sam. Do you know what, Sam? That's a good show. Maybe I'll have a little word with Crosby. Yes, that could be worth a shout, Sam. Yeah, I actually... Do you know what? I might. It's a good show. Leave that one with me. Let me have a word with Mr. Crosby. For bowling, you need smooth balls. I like it, Neil. I like what you're doing, sir. WFM20. Looking out. Good looking out, Neil. You're going to United Palace, but we probably won't win. Ah, you will. You should win that, mate. Did I see the video of Barca fans in Koeman? Yes, I did. And it's not a great look, is it? You know, the man's trying to drive out in his car and there's people knocking on his windows and trying to take pictures and climbing all over the car. It's just an accident waiting to happen and it shouldn't have happened. Who's my favourite Irish band? Favourite Irish band? I'm not a U2 fan, so not U2 anyway. Oh, here we go. Oh, he just about scored, but he does score, and it's 2-0. It's 2-0 to Arsenal. Eddie Nketiah with the goal. Great counter-attacking goal. I thought he'd made a mess of it, but it just about got over the line. And Eddie Nketiah pretty much seals the win for Arsenal. Looks like they'll be taking their place in the quarterfinals of the EFL Cup, or the Carabao Cup. We're all safe now, Sabrina. No need to worry about it. It'll be all good now. I thought he'd missed it as well. He took it around the keeper really well, brought it under control, and the last kick I thought he'd shanked it, but it just about got over the line. 2-0. Anyway, favourite Irish band. Do you know what? I'm going to say the Wolf Tones, because I don't think I've listened to an Irish band more than the Wolf Tones. No, I did not hear about Rhys Williams, mate, and I hope that that gets resolved, because that shouldn't happen to anyone. Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good. You don't have to apologise for not knowing where somewhere is in Ireland. No problem. Yeah, Wexford is the town name and the name of the county as well. Anfield Agenda fan. I think I've already answered that question, mate. And my advice is just enjoy your life as best you can and have fun. Which tattoo sleeve is better, your left or right? Well, my right's the only one that's actually finished. So my right's a finished sleeve, whereas this one isn't finished. I still have to get cover up done for this part. So definitely the right. Air Gearicki 17, how are you, mate? Thank you for the super chat. Said, hey Craig, I'm a Barca fan until I die, but watching Liverpool and Salah especially kind of gives me hope that one day Barca will compete. Well, I'm old enough to remember some of the great Barca teams, particularly the team under Guardiola, which was phenomenal, mate. And I've no doubt Barca will get back around to it. So, you know, some good players coming through. Pedri, Ansu Fati, some really good younger players coming through at Barcelona there. And again, they've tied them down to new deals. So I'm a Barca fan myself. You know, they're the only club outside of Liverpool I really give a shit about. So, well, I say Barca fan in very loose terms, but they're the only club I'd really watch out for, because my first ever football shirt was a Barca shirt. You live in Dolphins Barn, Chaz, nice one. It's been a while since I've been out that neck of the woods. Nketiah again, wide right. Oh, sorry, that was Pepe, excuse me. I glanced up and just seen the ball getting controlled. I know they're trolling, David. I absolutely know that they're trolling. But I don't know, you know, the problem is I can't call anybody out on this shit because it gets clipped up and I look like a dickhead. But I know they're trolling. But all I can do is try to, again, I try and take everyone at face value. But I know you're right, my man. I know you are. But I can't hold myself to their standard, David. All I can do is hold myself to my own. Have I ever been in Mullingar? Loads, Jack. My wife's parents had a mobile home at Lough Ennell for the whole time we were going out with each other when we were younger. So yeah, I've been in Mullingar loads of times. Where's the nicest part of Ireland? It's all nice. Anywhere around the coast, particularly. On any side. Wexford, Dublin, Waterford, Galway, Cork, Kerry, Donegal. Yes, it is true, Neil. Pedri and Ansu Fati, both €1 billion buyout clauses in their new Barcelona contracts. Nope, never been to Norway. Usually when I try and go away somewhere, I look for the sun because I like being warm on my holidays. So usually maybe a weekend break to Norway could be an option. Am I still celebrating Salah's hat-trick? I am. Yeah, I was saying earlier on, I must have watched Match of the Day 2 back 15, 20 times at this point. Keane said Mayo, Craig, don't forget us. I've never been in Mayo, Keane, so I can't speak to Mayo. Opinions on Offaly. I don't really have too many. I've only ever been in Offaly for small periods of time. Craig, if you think about the majority of people are trolls who say silly stuff, maybe let's say 1 out of 100 isn't. If you keep taking it at face value, you might make that person's day. That's what I try and do, Sam. I think you've said it right. I might look like a fool 99 times out of 100, but I would hate to not take somebody at face value and have somebody in a genuine predicament where they're upset or worried about something that I could have been nice about and taking them at face value about, and I didn't. So yeah, I always try, mate. I'll always try and be honest with somebody, and I can't help if anybody else is an arsehole. All I can do is look out for me. No hills. Come on, man. That's horrible. The poor people over there have to make do with a volcano with them in it, dude. Have I been to America? Yes, I have. I've been to Florida. A fair few times. I was there on my honeymoon. I've been there with the kids and the wife a few times. What's your favourite fast food? Chipper. No, pizza. It's pizza. Sorry, I say chipper because I'm getting chipper today. Pizza. Will Ollie get the sack? Defo. It's just a matter of time. R.I.P. Fungi. I think there's been about 5 or 6 Fungis. Can I ask you a question? You just did. So the answer is yes. You can ask me a question, but I've answered your question. So kind of shot yourself in the foot there, Zach. You got your own question. You asked a question about asking a question, which is in itself a question. Adeyemi to Liverpool. I think he stays. I say stay. I think he goes to a German team. Fionon. I think I'd like Adeyemi, but I think he'll end up at Bayern Munich or Borussia Dortmund. Why are you asking, should you divorce your wife? You regret marrying her. Should you divorce her? She's probably too good for you anyway, Darren. Do you know what I mean? Most women are too good for us slobs anyway. I certainly think my wife's too good for me, so... No, mate, don't divorce her. Just keep blagging it. Yes, I did hear about Walter Smith, Jamie, and it's another sad loss to the footballing world. Mr. Ryan, if you ever do see me on the street, come up and say hi, dude. I always like to say hello to people. Why was it I started supporting Liverpool? A strange story. It was the 2-0 loss against Arsenal when they won the first division title. That was the game. I know it's mad and it's not a story of, you know, celebration or anything, but I was just mesmerised by Anfield, by them applauding Arsenal who won the league title there, and yeah, I was just hooked. Brilliant, Neil. I don't know, you'll have to ask Kate if she'll be upgraded to 3.0 soon. You should do a FIFA career mode. Probably will at some point. Probably will, in all honesty. I just don't know whether I'll do it on YouTube or Twitch. Because we have affiliate status on Twitch, but I just don't know if I do it or not. Which one's better? Was I late to school? In what sense? Actually, no. If you're talking about what age, I went really early. I was held back in first class because I was too young. But yeah, I started school at 4. You said hi to me on the street and I ignored you. You absolutely didn't though, Zach. So, you know, fair enough if you want to tell lies, mate, but you absolutely did never say hello to me on the street, and nor did I ever ignore you. You will not find anybody, mate, who I've ever ignored that said hello to me. Never. Hasn't happened. Won't happen. So I'm not that type of person, so, you know, you can continue to talk out your hole all you want, dude, but it didn't happen. Who did my dad support? Villa. And I use that term very loosely, Keane, because he wouldn't have been a huge football fan. I think he just picked Villa to be awkward, dude, if I'm being honest with you. Who's your favourite Arsenal player ever? Probably Bergkamp or Overmars. Would be great if Chelsea get knocked out. It would. What? Is that still 1-1 at this moment in time? Yeah, Arsenal probably do deserve to be 2-0 up, mate. Yeah, grass. Thank you, Albie. Really kind of you. Much appreciated. Though I think Ronaldo should have got a red card yesterday. I think I could have understood it if he had have, but I think it was an orange. I think it was right on the border. I could understand either decision, red or yellow. But my initial instinct was red, if I'm being honest with you. But when I seen it back and I seen that it was the ball he was kicking, I thought, all right, it's petulant. Is it really putting an opponent in danger, you could maybe argue either way. For me, I think if he wasn't Cristiano Ronaldo, he'd probably get sent off. Why didn't you support Villa if your dad did? Because he only starts supporting Villa after I'd start supporting Liverpool. Because as I've said before, my dad wasn't a big football person. He only really got into football after I got into football. So I think it was the fact that at the time there was an Irish connection at Villa. But yeah, I was into football before he was, to be honest. Sausage rolls or chicken kebab? Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I love them both. Literally, you couldn't have picked two foods that I love more than sausage rolls or a chicken shawarma, mate. I'll probably go with the chicken shawarma. Favorite TV show of all time? Only Fools and Horses. It's got to be. There surely can't be another answer. Zach said, don't take it seriously. Oh, good, my man. Oh, good. That's why you're still in the chat, mate. It's all good. This match is just a matter of Arsenal seeing it out now. 10 to go. Still 2-0. As I believe it's still 1-1. Am I right in saying it's still 1-1, folks, in the Chelsea-Southampton game? Chipper or Chinese? I think it depends on where I'm getting it from, Jack. I mean, if I could only have one ever, chipper. Was Ben White a good signing? Yes, but not a 50 million quid. I think the price, if you remove the price tag, he's definitely improved Arsenal's defence. And I like Ben White. I've said this before. Leeds clip onto the back post. There's nobody there, and it goes behind for an Arsenal goal kick. Yep, still 1-1 in that one. Thank you for the updates. Oh, that team you're talking about in 2006, 2007. I loved Sissoko. We've got the best midfield in the world. Yeah, Sissoko was great. Really nasty eye injury, as I'm sure you remember. Pineapple on a pizza. Not for me, because I wouldn't eat it. But I don't have any objections to it. I couldn't... If somebody orders one with pineapple on it, I'm not calling them out over it. Was Harry Maguire a bad signing? Yes. Absolutely robbed. Absolutely robbed of 80 million quid there. Nil-nil in the QPR Sunderland game. Thank you, Zach. Bellingham or Pedri? Bellingham for Liverpool. I think it'd just be a better fit. And look, I don't think we have a billion lying around to trigger €1 billion, 800 and something million quid to trigger Pedri's release clause. Who'll win the EFL Cup? Liverpool, obviously. Look, if you're going on record, City own the tournament, don't they, at the minute? But I hope Liverpool. I love the League Cup. I hope Liverpool win it. Going to any nightclubs? Nah, man. My days of going to nightclub are well and truly over, Dan. Well and truly over, mate. I don't even go to the pub. Does it go straight to penalties? Yes, I believe so, Quinch. I believe it does. On this one, the game we're watching here won't be because it's 2-0 to Arsenal, but I think in the League Cup, yes, it goes straight to penalties. He does love the League Cup, PTG. He does. What do you think was the reason Dominic Solanke never shined at Liverpool after being a promising youngster? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because you're right, he was a very, very promising youngster. But I think it's been proven with the likes of Ryan Brewster and stuff as well, that last step, the last step from, you know, being an underage talent into the first team is the hardest one to make. Do I like garlic bread? No, I don't like garlic. What was your dance move back in the day? The prodigy dance, the prodigy shuffle, whatever you want to call it. The din, 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 you know, the two legs kicking in and out. That, or the big fish, little fish cardboard box, of course. I don't think the Chelsea match is on TV, Keane. I don't think it's on anywhere, mate, that I'm aware of anyway, in the UK or Ireland. Yeah, Brewster was definitely good at Swansea. I think he was working with the same manager he had at underage level with England there, though, at Swansea. Whereas at Sheffield United, it just never looked like he fit into the system and the way they were playing. Thank you, Triple X, as well. Very kind of you. Thank you very much. Don't forget, though, look, if you have enjoyed the stream, please do hit the subscribe button, folks. 6 minutes plus additional time to go at the Emirates. It's looking like Arsenal are booking their place in the quarter-final. Do I think Ollie will last till Christmas? No, I don't think he lasts till the end of November. I hope he does. I hope he's there. Don't forget, tomorrow on Anfield Agenda we'll be live from about 7:15 for a watch-along of the Reds game against Preston in the League Cup. I'll be joined by Jack Gill for that, and we'll have a full post-match show coming up afterwards as well. We need a song for Jude Bellingham. If only, Tyra. If only there was a song. Family are all good, thank you, mate. I hope yours are as well. Appreciate you asking. Do I think Klopp will get sacked? Never. I know you're on a rant of silly questions, Zach, but no, I can't envision any circumstance Klopp gets sacked. Thank you very much, Triple X. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate your kind words. Thank you. Early score prediction for Spurs United. 2-2. I'm actually kind of annoyed that I can't do a watch along of that game because of my post-match commitments with Anfield Agenda, because I would have probably done a watch along of it, but with our game finishing, I won't have enough time to get all the post-match content done. Do I like Balotelli? No. When do I think Klopp will leave? I know, look, the obvious answer for me to say is 2024, but I just wonder, maybe I'm being an optimist, but I wonder if he'll perhaps stay beyond that, or if he'll take a year out and then come back, which is a bit far-fetched, I know. 6-1 mark, I love it. Do I think Origi will stay? I'm surprised he's still here, to be honest with you. I don't know about past the summer. Klopp's always said he'd like to manage Germany. Yeah, but they have a manager at the minute, a new manager, obviously. Former Bayern manager Hansi Flick. So, how long will he be in the job? Where has Jack been lately? He hasn't been involved, mate, because his internet's been shy, to be honest. And he's just trying to get it sorted. The Liverpool-Brighton game on Saturday. Where in the world are you, Triple X? If you're in Ireland, it's on Premier Sport. So we're actually going to be able to watch the Brighton game on Saturday. If you're not, I would advise you to look into Surfshark and use that, like I've tried to tell people on Anfield Agenda. Scotland. I would say best bet is to get a VPN like Surfshark and get creative. Like, for instance, as an example, we use a VPN in DAZN Canada for a lot of Premier League stuff. Pep or Wenger? Pep. I'm not sure if it's on ESPN. Maybe somebody in the States can let us know if they're in the chat. But for me, when we don't have games that are available, we use VPNs. It's perfectly legal, so I can talk about it. But yeah, we use a VPN, Surfshark, and we have a DAZN subscription. And they show all the games. In Canada, I should say. If you go to Surfshark, can you find links? No. Surfshark's your VPN. So Surfshark will mask where you are and allow you to select another country or another location as your location, pretty much. And then you can get creative, shall I say. Would I've rather had Alex Ferguson or Arsene Wenger? Ferguson. Lacazette should have scored there. This should be 3-0. I mean, he gets into the area, fights his way in, and then blares it wide when he should have been able to find the target. That should have been 3-0. Can I watch all the games on Amazon Prime? No, not that I'm aware of. I think they've got some in around December time. Craig, get creative. Surely that is not illegal. Well, look at it this way, mate. I pay for my DAZN subscription. I don't illegally stream it. I pay each month for DAZN. I pay for Surfshark, so I am availing of products that are legally available in the market. I'm not illegally streaming anything. I pay for my DAZN subscription. I pay for my Surfshark subscription. I pay for my Sky, my BT subscription, my Premier Sports subscription. So I don't stream anything illegally. Everything I watch is from a genuine channel that have the broadcast rights to show the games. And I pay for the privilege, so I don't steal any content. And VPNs are entirely legal. Do I think Simicus is better than Teles? Yes, I do. Do you get the boxing on DAZN? Yes. Do I watch Champions League on RTE or Virgin Media? BT, actually, Ronan, to be honest. I watch them on BT. I used to love, before I streamed so much, I used to love the BT Champions League goal shows as well. I think straight to penalties, Neil, if I'm not mistaken. For me, DAZN has been the best one, Aaron. And I've introduced some other content creators to it as well with regards to what I've spoken about. But yeah, for me, DAZN, $20 Canadian a month. You get the Champions League games on there if you need that. You get the Premier League games on there. You get MLS on there. You get American football on there. This game's in the 3rd minute of additional time. Sabrina, you can work away there. This game's in the 2nd minute now, 4 added on. How much is it a month? Which one? So the zone is $20 Canadian, which is about €17, which is about £14, I think, if you're in Scotland. The Surfshark subscription, if you use our link or put in Anfield Agenda at checkout, it works out about $150 a month if you do it over the course of the 15 months, because you get 3 months free and 83% off with our discount code. So it works out about £1.50 a month. You have to pay for it all up front, but over the course of it works out. You get 15 months at about £1.50 a month. Adris, I wish I could tell you, because I'm struggling to get tickets to the games myself, mate. So I wish I had a way of telling you to get the tickets. What I would say is, make sure that whoever you're buying them from or wherever you're buying them from, it's legitimate. Good stuff. Thanks for making me feel better, Mike. I don't know what I did, Brendan, but thank you. Thank you for being in, my man. Thank you for the super chat. Craig's promoting everyone. Yeah, the one stream I actually have nobody to promote on, Keen. The one stream we don't have a sponsor on, and yeah, I'm promoting fucking everybody. Oh, I know about that, Shane. Yeah, the only reason I haven't mentioned that particular app is because other apps have paid us to promote them, mate, at times, and we have chatted with the app you're talking about, but they didn't come forth with the sponsorship, dude. So, but yeah, you're right. It is completely free and legal on that as well. What was your favourite World Cup? Italia 90. It's the best time as an Irish person ever. Ella, how are you, my friend? Nice to see you in. I hope you're well. All good, Super Glue. Thank you to you as well. My day's been good. It's going to get even better now in a minute when I get my chipper. Strike blocked by Arsenal. Again, we're in the final 50 seconds. Look, again, I just want to say thank you to everyone for tuning in. Do hit that subscribe button before you head off if you haven't done so, and drop a like on the video. Is Salah top 3 LFC players of all time? Not yet for me. Not yet. Like, really, he will get there though. He will. Was the last World Cup overrated for England? World Cup, perhaps. Origi or Messi. Tough one. Just edge towards Messi though. My pleasure, Sam. Sorry. You're good. You're having your operation next week. I wish you all the best with it, Ella. And as always, nothing but love from us towards you, my friend. And I hope it goes well. And please do let us know afterwards. And yeah, always lovely to hear from you, my friend. Has Sabrina got a sister? No. A brother, Neil. A brother but no sister. It's all over at the Emirates anyway. It is Arsenal 2, Leeds 0. Arsenal do make their way into the quarter-final of the EFL Cup. And hopefully tomorrow night Liverpool will be joining them. So look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to bid you all good night. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. See you on Anfield Agenda tomorrow for the watch along of the game. And look, thank you guys for